please tell our audience about your book, Presidential in Politics, Donald Trump and the 2016 election, and how do you see that tying to the immediate election?
Well, it does actually quite well. I wrote this book in 2015, and people have to go back to that time period. People did not think Trump was a serious candidate at all. It was believed it was a publicity stunt. He really wasn't going to run. He would never make it to the primaries even, let alone get the nomination, let alone run for president, let alone become president. Now, I was looking at the trends in American politics, and I said, no, he's likely to win. And I was very much a lone voice in that space. And this is time, if you said that, you would be laughed off the stage. In fact, that really actually did, not to me, but when I actually tried to get people to publish the book, they did laugh at it and said it's ridiculous. Trump is never going to be president. It was just too absurd an idea. Now, it was an over 200-page study, actually, an analysis of the American electorate, why that leads to Trump winning. And I saw at that time that this was a realignment election. And these happen once every, several decades in American politics, sometimes many decades. And Ronald Reagan was sort of one of those elections in 1980, 84. And there's usually two elections in a row, not just one. And so 2016 would be the first one. And ordinarily, it would be 2020 would have been the second, but COVID completely interrupted the trend. So this is now the second in 2024. And in that election, you see the real trends, the trends manifest themselves even more. And we are seeing that right now in that the three pillars of the Democratic Party, in the realignment election, who supports each party switches and changes and evolves significantly. So the Democrats have three problems right now. A black vote is declining. Usually it's quite solid. They can rely on 90% of it. Polls indicate maybe around 75. The Hispanic vote, which is usually 2-1 Democrat, is now in some polls even 50-50 for Trump. So this is a massive shift. And under 30s is usually 2-1 for the Democrats. And that has shifted significantly for Trump also. So this is really big news. And in 2016, you saw the labor vote or working class vote move toward Trump. And this should have been, for decades and decades, was a Democratic vote, solid Democrat after FDR, which was another realignment election in 28-32 with Al Smith first. So that switch, we already saw that in 2016, and that's how Trump got elected. And now we're seeing the second phase. So this makes complete sense. And people miss it because COVID has completely interrupted the trend. And so, people have to see things 1, 2, 3. If there's something in the middle, they sort of can't figure it out. And nobody believed me in 2015 and 16 at all. And people laughed and said, this man is crazy. He doesn't know what he's doing. But, I have it in print. And I had to publish it myself on Kindle on Amazon. And after 2016, after Trump Russia came along, it actually disappeared on Amazon for several months with no explanation. So, but then it's reappeared and it's still there. Now it's a historical reference that here's how you analyze things and how this should be done and it's not done, because if everyone else was doing it, they would have got the same conclusion. So this is how it relates today, where is that this is the second part of this realignment, and there should be 2 elections, usually in a row, but we have one in the middle this time.
Absolutely fantastic.